2K Sports. Along with Greg Anthony, Brent Barry, and our sideline reporter David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. And featuring two of the best bigs in the league, Brent, how impactful is the center position now compared to the way it used to be?
Well, one of the things that I think people are still dealing with is just how divergently different the center position has become in the game. And to think that these guys, in what they're asked to do, has just as much importance of the Patrick Ewings, the Hakeem Olajuwons, the low post, big-time scorers back to the basket. The modern-day center, Kevin, isn't doing that. It's a roll-to-the-basket, rim protection game, and there are some elite ones doing it now.
Wired a little bit differently than guys of the past.
They have to be. On top of that, some of the teams are even asking those players, obviously, to step out and shoot the three-point shot. So, modern-day game, modern-day play.
Well, that's one way he can finish, but far from the only way he gets it done. He's got all kinds of tricks up his sleeve.
Horford with the rebound. And it's Dinwiddie with the ball. Bringing it up now for the Clippers. Iguodala with the steal. Here's Towns. And Towns throws it down.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
Terrific anticipation using the hands. How are you not protecting the basketball in that situation?
Iguodala no good. And it's the Clippers ball. 4-point game. Here's Dinwiddie. Another shot. No good from 18.
And that's really a function of the offense not working as it should.
Yeah, maybe lazy play calling or just going through the motions on that possession. This often leads to a bad shot.
Here's Dinwiddie. Jimmy Butler making his last shot. Here's Mitchell. He gives his team some nice contributions, averaging a bit over 10 points a game.
Great job of screening there. Nice job to take it to the rim and get the finish.
Now here's Butler. Back to Towns. Launches a three. A rebound by Mitchell.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look. And Karl Anthony Towns, one of the most prolific three-point shooters in the league, at least top three amongst all 7-footers, and his three-point percentage elite as well, over 40%.
The Clippers shooting their first free throws of the night.
When you look at that free throw percentage on the season, they're right around 73%.
And Atlanta calls their first time out of the game. And Towns said he'd emulate Kevin Durant as a kid playing on the perimeter at Kentucky. Cal made him play inside, work in the post, and use his size.
So going back to his roots with his three-point shooting, the association experiencing a three-point renaissance, and he really does fit the mold.
First quarter of basketball, just over 2.5 minutes play. Takes a three. Rebounded by Donovan Mitchell.
Got to get out his compass and just try to find himself right now and get himself going. Yeah, this is a terrible start for him, and it has to be weighing on him.
Shots good by Butler. And so it's Dinwiddie with it. He'll bring it up for the Clippers. Trailing by 5. Here's Kid Gilchrist. Misses off the left eye. The shot by Butler. Nobody around. Good, and the assist goes to Town.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Good work there as it goes.
And after missing 4 straight, he finally gets one to go.
The Hawks were super young last year, and they had all the troubles that come with youth. Inconsistency, guys trying to find out what their role is for the year. Lots of turnover problems and questionable shot selection. And now they're younger this year. So if you're a fan of the Hawks, patience is the key.
And for the Hawks, those problems are things that are just part of the process, Brent, of growing this team.
Yeah, you got to really focus on positives around this rebuild. You've got a solid group of young, talented players that can really shoot the basketball. What they're going to have to do is start to take some pride on the defensive end of the floor, and they're going to have to learn what it takes to play an 82-game season with consistent effort on both ends. Just a little lackluster so far with his effort. He's been very limited due to his poor shooting.
The Hawks working the ball around. Down to 5 on the shot clock. From deep. He scores the basket. That's field goal number 3 for him.
And already with the commanding lead, a terrific offensive performance.
And if you check out the strategy, you can see already the plays that they're calling. Feels like they found a weakness or two in the defense.
Now here's Towns. He's got 7.
No other way to put it. Just a poor shooting performance for him. But luckily, his teammates have picked up the slack. Starting to surge here, and we're only in the first quarter.
And I'm loving what I'm seeing. The passion that they're playing with up and down the floor.
I mean, with the amount of turnovers they've committed, it's no wonder they're in the position they're in right now.
Out of bounds, the Clippers take possession. Clippers trail by 15. Here's Dinwiddie. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. And even though Spencer Dinwiddie had a breakout year, he felt that his time was long overdue.
Yeah, and in between the injury in college and kind of being buried on the bench, he's had to overcome a lot and has always believed in himself. And he feels when matched up head-to-head with most guards, he's going to come out on top. Showed exactly why he believes in himself so much with that breakout season in 2018.
And he hits it and gets hacked on the play. A 3-point possibility if he can convert the free throw.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
The free throw drops for Towns. A new head coach, Lloyd Pierce, is looking to bring a defensive approach to the Atlanta Hawks.
Yeah, and Pierce has the resume you would want from a defensive coach. He came up in those teams in Memphis during the grit and grind time and learned some defensive techniques from Brett Brown in Philadelphia. Helped them last year on the defensive end to be a much stingier defense in the league.
It just seems like the more he touches it, the more the lead grows.
Yeah, it's just not a good pass. I don't know what he's thinking there. A poor decision.
So timeout called here, the first for Los Angeles.
And they let things get out of hand. Good time to reconvene.
They're just on the wrong end right now of a big run, and they need to plan how they're going to shift the momentum of the game.
And Los Angeles with some changes. There's 18 seconds left here in the first quarter. Outside, Smart. Drills it from outside. Smart's got himself on the board with 3 there.
Man, they are doing some damage from deep.
It is brutal to try and match up on the perimeter with a team that is this hot.
Jimmy Butler has been on display for...
Like my time, like my jokes, sweet.
And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And for the Hawks, this has been the game they've wanted to have.
I mean, they're winning the turnover battle, and oftentimes that can swing things your way.
Well, they're taking care of the ball. They're attacking on defense, and this has them out to a big lead after one.
Towns wide open. Misses the three. He gets a chance now to catch up with the fourth member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, guys, the Clippers are going in a new direction. Now, Coach Doc Rivers said, we had a shot. I don't think anybody understands how hard it is to win a title. Until you do that, you're going to be frustrated a lot and have to make tough decisions. Kevin?
Well, they're trying to make the right decisions to rebuild better than before, DA. Thanks.
If you could stay active on defense, good things usually happen. Right there, quick hands helped alter what would have been a sure two there. When we talk so much about accurate shooting, sometimes accurate passing can lead to great shooting. You saw it there.
And again, the turnover by the Clippers. Brent, we've got great dunkers now, but you played at a time when there were sensational dunkers in the NBA.
Yeah, I saw a lot of guys go over the top of me.
Including yourself.
Too kind. Here's the money. Kevin, I think about those old, and we remember these, the old VHS tapes where you used to get like the dunk highlight tapes. Those are still
Sean Kemp.
Oh, so fresh in my mind.
Dr. J.
Dominique Wilkins over the top.
Yeah.
MJ over everybody.
Young Vince Carter.
Kenny Skywalker. I mean, just the list goes on and on. But the best in-game dunker, I think it's pretty unanimous that Vince Carter still holds the title.
Holiday gets the bucket.
Well, when your guards are willing to go in there to the hoop like Drew Holiday, it's a huge confidence boost for the rest of the team.
Good on the triple.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agendas.
Yeah, looking up at the scoreboard, guys, that's his third foul, and his coach has to consider now sitting him down.
Stolen by Smart.
All you have to do is point to their turnovers this quarter. There's a reason the scoreboard looks like it does.
Second quarter of basketball, just over a minute and a half played. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. Holiday looking over the floor. Back to Laverne. That shot is off. Towns with the defensive effort.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat. The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
The shot by Holiday, no good. Butler from outside. Kept alive by Atlanta. Pass to Towns. Here's Teletovic. Shoots the three. Good, and the assist goes to Towns. Teletovic has got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Sharge with it, guarded by Smart. Good on the bucket.
That shot was all about Holiday and his ability to see the floor and the open man.
Time called here. The Hawks decide to talk it over.
This roster for the Clippers is in transition, no doubt about it. You think of the franchise's history, plenty of dysfunction, but over the last 5 or 6 years, they've been the best team in LA. Now it's a time for them to reset, try to find some new stars to carry it forward.
And it's the Hawks ball. They're on a 12-4 run. Pass to Cornette. Now here's Iguodala. The three. And Cornette gets it to go. Cornette's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. And Brent, you look at the Clippers ownership group, the front office, the coaching staff. It's a different story now from days past, isn't it?
Well, it just feels a little bit more stable. It just feels like they want to compete at the highest level, and they will do the things necessary to commit to winning. And we've seen that happen pretty quickly for the Clippers.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A +10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
Pass to Baines. And again, the turnover by the Clippers. And so it's Atlanta with it. Their defense has only allowed 4 points in the quarter. Here's Cornette. Good, and Smart gets the assist. Cornette's got 6.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
Iguodala outside. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. And here's Middleton bringing it up now for the Los Angeles Clippers. It's Kid Gilchrist on the wing. It's Kid Gilchrist on the wing. And again, no good by the Clippers. Here's Smart. Maker with the ball. Picked up by Kid Gilchrist. Yes, that goes in. Cornette's got 8 points here in this quarter.
And you got to like what they're doing offensively. Executing at a high rate and starting to pile it on.
Yeah, we're sitting here midway through the game now, and we're starting to see them take more and more control. They look very confident in what they're doing.
Iguodala deciding where to go with it. Kid Gilchrist with the steal. Trying to get something going. And Mitchell with the layup.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range.
To the inside. Iguodala. And Andre Iguodala with the slam.
And you know Andre Iguodala, if he gets a few steps, takes off from the launching pad.
Pass to Cornette. Stolen by Mitchell. It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Second chance shot. Fires from the wing. Does not score with that shot. It's his second miss against 2 made shots.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive. Yeah, 3 consecutive field goals have come right at the rim. The D had better start buckling down.
Well, if Horford was a doctor, that's where he'd operate. When he gets it like that, he's always money from there.
And a terrific percentage here in the first half. You got to love their rhythm and the flow with which they're playing.
I also like the adjustments that they've made. Each time they're defended.
And through one half, it hasn't even been close. It's Atlanta delivering the blowout. And we'll be back right after halftime to get the third quarter underway. And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it has been a runaway. Down low. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down. Iguodala's got the first points to start out the third quarter for the Hawks. Unable to get the ball in bounds. They get called for the 5-second violation. And they double up Butler. And we're going to have a jump ball. It's tied up there. And the Clippers have possession. Here's Dinwiddie. It's Kid Gilchrist on the wing. Shot clock at 6. From outside the arc. Atlanta with the rebound.
And that's a rare sight. Usually shooters make the defense pay when they're that lackadaisical. Well, with the departure of Chris Paul and the trade of Blake Griffin, the Clippers deciding on a new look and a new direction. The era of Lob City, I think, officially has come to a close.
Pass to Dinwiddie. Second shot opportunity. Yep, it counts. Dinwiddie's got 7.
And that's definitely a shot that he has in his arsenal.
And the dunk by Maker.
Good to see Maker driving with a purpose. You don't see that all that often, but the length helps him out to extend to the rim.
No one near Iguodala as he lets it go. Off target with his 3. Middleton drives in. Pass to Dinwiddie. Iguodala with the steal. Oh, and a fast break for Atlanta. And the dunk by Towns.
Good anticipation there from Iguodala, who is a very good passer.
Here's Dinwiddie. And the rejection by Iguodala. Fast break here. Here come the Hawks. Iguodala's running. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Andre Iguodala. That is his first foul of the game. Here's Dinwiddie. He has 7. A little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the third. Inside. Here's Horford. Shoots over Towns. And it's blocked by Towns.
Well, if they had an edge at halftime, they might have lost it. Beginning this half, 1 of 5.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Well, the Clippers have hit the reset button. You wonder how that affects their head coach, Doc Rivers. Now, he seemed reluctant to lead a rebuild with the Celtics, but he's on board doing it with the Clippers. Even though the Clippers relieved him of his title of president of basketball operations in 2017, Rivers has just signed a new extension that will keep him coaching the team for the next few years. Kevin?
Well, if nothing else, DA, he has guided them through some pretty dark hours. Thank you. Drills the three-pointer. Something the NBA has tested out in the G League, Brent. Coaches' challenges. What do you think?
I think the idea of making sure that the handkerchief matches the tie is a great idea.
Only you would say that. Only you would say that.
I'm just worried with some of the casual styles in the NBA that it's not going to be accessible. But
I think you're right.
I think it's going to happen, and I think it's going to be interesting for the league. But it's going to happen.
Anything to make these coaches do more, make more decisions.
Make more decisions and make decisions that you know can impact whether or not your team wins the basketball game or loses it. Because after a referee makes a determination that you think might be the other way, or they don't look at a replay where you're sure and certain that you could get possession, I'm reaching for the hanky. So good at picking his spots. He always knows exactly what the team needs from him offensively. That's why they hold the lead.
Oh, and the jam by Butler.
And you gotta like the power of Butler. Just a terrific athlete who throws it down when he can get close to the rim.
Here's Dinwiddie. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Iguodala.
Just active defensively here, being extremely disruptive.
Like the aggressiveness and a great effort just to get a hand on it.
Shot clock at 6. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Andre Iguodala. And that'll be his third foul so far. 1:52 left in the third. To the paint. Kicks it out to Mitchell. Inside. Horford. And the dunk by Horford.
Just fundamental basketball. Horford really flushing it down there. Makes it look so easy, and big guys often do.
And since they've come out of halftime, they've been extremely poised and very efficient.
Yeah, I think they have been winning the battle of shot selection here in the second half, and that's led to an excellent shooting percentage from the field.
Goes back up. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
And for a player with his size, Towns has always been very comfortable at the free throw line. And that's a good thing because he finds himself there quite a bit.
And he makes the first. Well, Brent, as a former dunk contest winner, I have to ask your thoughts on one of the great Hawks of all time, the terrific human highlight film, Dominique Wilkins.
Well, Dominique, one of the greatest athletes this game has ever seen, and one of the most feared dunkers, obviously, of his era. You remember a lot of the highlights with Neek coming in, flying in, and finishing off a shot that might have missed from the opposite wing and going up over the top of 2 or 3 guys. So he certainly doesn't get enough credit nationally for the type of offensive firepower that Neek provided for his beloved Atlanta Hawks for years and years.
Well, you just look at the talent that left the Hawks over the last few seasons, Brent. Easy to see why they needed to start over.
Yeah, it started with Al Horford and his departure, and then Teague and Millsap did the same. And hard for any franchise to remain competitive when you lose that many quality players, especially their chemistry in Budenholzer's system, are arguably a great fit for one another, and now off to doing bigger and better things.
Stolen by Smart to the paint. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. Towns has got 13 points here in the second half alone. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Butler with the steal. And it's Butler with the jam.
Just great intensity there. Butler just doesn't settle for simple finishes off the drive. He is trying to make a statement.
And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. And it's the Hawks ball. Outside, Towns. Back to Butler. Takes the 3. Sinks the triple. Butler's got 11 points in the quarter.
And you got to love seeing Butler pull up from here. His jumper is a big part of his offensive game.
And so it's it. And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. Here's Mitchell. One thing I like about Adam Silver, he is always looking to break new ground, push the envelopes, and develop new areas of innovation.
Well, always forward thinking, and of course this league has always done that. Adam has found a new position in the league, having a chief innovation officer in place, somebody that's always examining not only how things are going in the league and maybe being adaptable to change, but examining what's going on worldwide. And you always see the way the league tinkers with and toys with Summer League and the way the G League competition sets up in order to try to find more ways to make the game more enjoyable or more accessible to the fan base.
And it's Towns missing. And so Holiday will bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. Rebound, Atlanta.
And the effort and anticipation on defense won't show up in the individual stat sheet, but effective.
Yeah, he takes a nice angle on it. He doesn't get the block, but he does get the alter. Well, he played a seamless first half, but in the second half, some poor decisions right here. He continues to throw the ball away.
And Towns throws it down.
And that's what you want in transition, a high percentage opportunity.
The story is true, and here the defense does a very poor job of matching up.
More. Good work defensively by Smart.
Defense timed that out perfectly. Love the aggressiveness, and then they changed the shot's direction.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish. And it's Baines missing. Fast break, the Hawks. Three-pointer, Butler. Good, and the assist goes to Town. Butler's got 14 points now in the second half.
And just a great job of controlling that defensive backboard, then getting out in transition. That's been the difference.
Atlanta making a switch here. And the Hawks with possession. Here in the fourth quarter, their defense has been very strong, allowing no baskets. Here's Thornwell. Here's Baines. The wide open look here for Holiday. Los Angeles with another miss.
And there have been some terrible shot choices here, Kev. That's not a good look at all. You know what? You've got to always be in control of your emotions. The execution on point. Just terrific timing on these passes.
I really like the idea that his teammates are waiting until he's in great spots to finish off the possessions. Everything's working.
And really a good job spotting his teammate near the bucket and then just pinpoint passing for the finish. But still, eventually you got to feel like he'll start knocking those down again.
Count that one.
This is how you ruin an opposing team's defense. Holiday runs inside and finds the easy shot there.
And Towns throws it down.
All night they've asked him to shoulder the scoring load, and he is not disappointed.
To the inside. Back to Holiday. To the middle. Here's Baines. And the rejection by Towns. Three-pointer, Butler. And that's collected by Drew Holiday. Here's Los Angeles now. Out of bounds, Clippers ball as the Clippers keep possession.
I'll tell you what, they're really fortunate there. Those long bomb passes usually spell disaster, but they get away with one there.
Over 3.5 minutes through the final quarter now. Laverne.
The big man, Thon Maker, moving well out there this time on the defensive end.
And Towns throws it down.
Artful passing on that play, showing a real desire to set up the teammate.
It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. To the inside. Butler with the steal. And it's Towns penetrating. And Towns throws it down.
How about the awareness there from Butler? The D goes to sleep and Jimmy finds the wide open man.
Poor decision making there. No idea what he's going for with that kind of pass in that situation.
Pass to Hernan Gomez. Back to Butler. A reverse. He lays it in. Butler's got 5 points now this quarter.
And that monster lead continues to grow. They are just piling it on now.
Now, that's the attack mindset with which they entered the game with, and I wouldn't expect them to let up now.
Moore outside. Gets the three-pointer to fall.
That's an impressive shot to show off E'Twaun Moore has some expanded range.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest. Just a total obliteration, if you will. You can safely say mission accomplished now for the Hawks.
You don't see this kind of a blowout often, but tonight this is a quality win across the board to deliver out this kind of punishment.
They definitely never changed the approach. They just kept after it and showed they were clearly the better team in just about every single category.
And so this will now translate to 14 wins on the season.
Really, they had their number this season. 2 wins, a home win, and an away win.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Karl Anthony Towns.
Just a really solid effort on the offensive end. He was getting any shot that he wanted.
Here's Holiday. Out to the wing. Back to Baines. And easy 2 points on the layup.
Not sure you can ask for a better look. He can make those shots while sleeping.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. And the dunk by Towns.
running up the score, showing no mercy.
Well, you want to close the door on any type of comeback effort. This has been a vault. Ka-ching.
You're right. 19 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And here is Butler. And so it's the Hawks taking care of business in this one. They won this game going away. They were the better basketball team by far tonight.
And you got to commend this sort of dominance, particularly here at home. It's a great feeling when you play almost a perfect game and to have that crowd be so pumped up.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now.